Open up your senses.
Open up your mind.
Open up.
Open. Tranquility. Wait. Noneother.
Hello and welcome to Noneother, and here we are talking about What If? Episode 6. What if this show got better?
What?
I know, right? It's kind of getting there, right? I feel like we could talk about it more in this video. Obviously, we will be talking about spoilers in this video. But regardless, I am one of your hosts, Noneother Talos. And of course, joining me, of course, is...
I'm Chrisora.
Yes, exactly. So, with that being said...
So it's like we went from the best episode to the worst episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Just to kind of summarize it up a bit, episode 6... is what if Killmonger was the one that saved Tony Stark?
How did he throw the missile? Because he doesn't have like super soldier serum or anything.
Yeah, that is true.
He was able to yoink that.
That that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. He just literally yoinked it. That there's no way he's that strong unless he has like robotic assisted military gear or whatever. But yeah, that was a good point. That was a good point.
It starts off like the first Iron Man. Dan. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And
great impersonation. I love it.
Thank you. Hopefully that pleases Susan. And yeah, Killmonger saves Tony Stark from being abducted by the Ten Ring. He exposes Obadiah's stain, so the first Iron Man movie doesn't happen.
He gets promoted.
And then it kind of just becomes Black Panther, the movie, again.
Kind of, yeah.
With him winning.
Yeah, so he basically had like a long con of basically infiltrating inside Tony Stark's facility before he takes over Wakanda. Basically, that's always been his end goal, is to take over Wakanda. It made sense, like for his motive made sense, but it's almost like I talked about this.
But his motive was just his motive from the Black Panther movie, so it made sense because you'd seen the Black Panther movie. I feel like if you'd seen this, you'd be like, you wouldn't really understand, because even me, I was kind of like, he seems to know too much is going to happen as it's going to happen.
It's almost like he went back in time, right? It's almost like he went back in time and like he already knew the future.
Yeah, which he doesn't, right? Like I don't think he does.
They never really said that, but for some reason he has a bunch of intel out of nowhere. Like I don't know who's giving him all this intel, but apparently he knows all of it. Yeah,
so it just doesn't make much sense, and even like. If I feel like if I didn't see Black Panther, I wouldn't really understand this episode.
And he killed a lot of people too. So obviously, we're talking spoilers. So like obviously, he killed Tony Stark again. Tony Stark is dead. He killed off Black Panther.
War Machine.
He killed off pretty much anybody that was in his way that probably could have been like. Like leaking out the information of his long con, he would have killed.
Jarvis, he infiltrates Jarvis as well.
That is true.
It was nice seeing Don Cheadle in the Iron Man 1 era. What was kind of disappointing me was I was kind of like, oh, it would have been cool if he was saying some of the lines from Iron Man 1, because then somebody could deep fake him into it, and then they could use those lines, and then I don't know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool because then you'd have like actual Don Cheadle Iron Man 1.
Going back to negatives, like honestly, as of this recording, we did watch episode 7, and it's not as bad. I feel. Haven't. You haven't. Okay. But as for me, my personal opinion, without even talking too much about episode 7, I feel this one is like slightly better than episode 7. But like right now, this is kind of like a downtrend to what's happening. Like I feel like episode 6 was better and to like right now, like from us talking about it, it's not that good. We'll get into final ratings later in this video, but yeah, I feel like this is like almost like a downhill, so hopefully they pick it back up in episode 8 and 9. But right now, like I'm not really liking the more recent episodes of What If, and slightly losing interest from the general audience, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really talking about this show, and I think it's interesting, right? Like, because this is the first one we knew that had a season 2, and I suppose maybe it's animation, so that you can. And I suppose
Loki had
maybe it's
season 2
animation,
too.
so you. Well, this is the first one that we knew that season 2 was announced and was in production. And yeah, maybe it's because it's animation that it's easier to do and that there's a bit more effort to be done in pre-production. But yeah, unless it picks up at the end,
we hope so.
I don't really want to see much after season 2.
Yeah, like I feel like if they actually make it a coherent story and actually start setting up the Guardians of the Multiverse or multi-universe, whatever, then maybe that'll be better. We did see snippets of that in the trailers, that they're setting up that kind of multiverse Guardians thing.
Are they though? Because I feel like they're gonna have them all team up and then they'll split back to their own universes. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, because Guardians of the Multiverse have been new. I don't think that like exists in the comics or anything. And it would kind of, I feel like it would take away from. I feel like it would take away from everything Loki built up and then everything that the MCU is building up.
Yeah, what's crazy is like they say that this is some of the episodes here are canon, not all. So I kind of feel like.
Well, I mean, it can be canon to the MCU without being important, you know? Like the All Hail the King short is canon, but it's not important.
True. So yeah, going back into the episode, to me the way I looked at it, it was almost like a speed run version of getting to Killmonger's final results of taking over Wakanda. He basically used everybody to get his ultimate way to the throne, taking the Black Panther, what is it called? The serum? What is it called?
Wakanda juice. Wakanda juice is this.
Yeah, the Wakanda juice.
Wakanda juice. Wakanda juice. Wakanda juice is this. This episode of Noneother sponsored by Wakanda juice.
I know there's an official name for it, but we'll probably put in the edits here.
We're calling it Wakanda juice is this. Coming soon to a store near you.
But yeah, going back into the episode, like they get the Wakanda juice, as we like to call it here in
also, just to go back for like a second.
Okay, go ahead.
I missed a bit of this episode, but how does he take over Jarvis?
How did none of this get captured on security?
Jarvis was wiped clean, conveniently.
What are you implying, Pepper?
Oh, I don't know. 3 murders in 2 days and 1 man at the center.
You know, like Jarvis was such a good AI that even Ultron couldn't take him over. I mean, like, Ultron was an AI made with the Mind Stone. So if Jarvis could even, like, combat Ultron to some extent, I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, like...
You could be a better hacker than an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, they definitely, like I guess, speed run through this episode. Like, that, and what's funny, this is one of the first episodes of What If that I'm like I actually looked at my time because as soon as he killed Tony Stark, I think you talked about this when we were talking about this episode off camera. Like, I was looking at my watch. I was like, okay, is it done? Like, but no, there's still. I
did the exact same thing. I thought it was over. I was like, oh, okay, right, that wasn't a great one. Well, at least that's over. And then I was like, wait.
Now they're
only halfway through the episode.
Yeah. So.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, now, no disrespect to, like, you know, the actors Chadwick Boseman or Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. They did voice acting wise, they did phenomenally.
The Tony Stark guy did a decent impression.
Yeah. But
it was nice hearing Paul Bettany do original Jarvis again.
Yeah, but the story just really took it down for us.
And again, no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman, of course, but like his role in it was so minor. Like, I think he only had a line or two, and it's really disappointing because I feel like as well he shouldn't be Black Panther right now. You know,
that's true. Why is he in a plane? Well, he did take the Wakanda juice, so he did have ties to the plane.
But the dad is meant to be the Black Panther right now, isn't he? And then, you know, he takes over after the dad is gone.
Yeah, that's true. So I feel like that was kind of some continuity error, maybe.
Like, he shouldn't be Black Panther right now. It's not his time yet, essentially. When like he died, and I was like, oh wait, he killed Chadwick? He didn't kill the dad? I don't know. That was weird to me.
But once they got into Wakanda, essentially, before he killed off Tony Stark, he was making these like robotic soldiers that apparently he programmed when he was, I think, high school. I forget what, or something like earlier, or college maybe. I don't know. But he programmed it a way where, as it enters the force field of Wakanda, it'll just die out. But he had a backup power supply that he hid aside, and I think the sister noticed it. And like, what's crazy about this? They're almost setting this up for future sequels or whatever.
This definitely has a sequel, which is like,
Pepper
Potts, Shuri, and Jon Favreau against Killmonger. And like, I don't know. For some reason, I felt like seeing him, because a lot of people enjoyed his character in the first Black Panther. And so much so that people even wanted him kind of back, or even to try and take over in the second one. They were like, oh, it's such a shame you killed him, because he'd be a good character to take over after Chadwick. But like, seeing this, I was kind of like, oh, so this is the universe where everything goes right for him and he wins. This is disappointing. This is just simply disappointing.
Yeah, it really was. And like, as we mentioned, they were setting up for a sequel or whatever, or a second episode, but I'm actually not that excited for it at all. I don't want to see it, because I feel like they're going to involve probably Captain Marvel, I would imagine. Who's still alive? Maybe Captain America is still alive, I think.
Well, if this is all happening in 2008, then Cap's not unfrozen
yet. Yeah.
Thor hasn't come to Earth.
We don't mind episode going kind of towards the villain and like him winning and being a little depressing or whatever, but this is like a different level of like, now we just don't care. Like there's nothing that the heroes had to even feel like we care enough for them to support and win. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, like, good example of that. I enjoyed the episode where the Avengers died until you gave me the solution at the end of the episode with Captain Marvel. I enjoyed the rest of that. If going back to that episode, they had just ended with Captain America, I would have been like, oh, this is going to be a really cool one for a sequel.
Exactly. So, like, I can only imagine if there was going to be a sequel, my prediction is, like, so if Shuri was to, like, potentially steal one of the flowers and, like, she becomes a female Black Panther, that could be maybe interesting. Apart from that, like, I'm not that excited for a sequel or even at all. But granted, as I mentioned earlier, this is still a little bit better than episode 7. But we'll talk about that in a future recording. But
boy,
I guess,
will we.
but this is going to be one of our shorter reviews, I guess you can say. But I guess let's go into final ratings, and then I don't know, maybe final thoughts, I guess.
So we do 2 ratings on this show. One is a rating for concept, and one is a rating for the overall episode. So I guess I'll go first this time. The overall episode, it really. It struggled to hold my attention. I just really wasn't feeling this one. I haven't, like, and I've left it, and I haven't really got much to say about it either. It was just kind of meh. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. The concept, on the other hand, the title of the episode, "What If Killmonger Saved Tony Stark?" I think is what it might be. That's an interesting concept, right? It's a really interesting concept of, what about this man that really wants to bring about war, and this other man who, in our timeline gets reformed from wanting war. What if the two of them come together? And the episode kind of did that at the start, but then it just
fell apart.
It really fell apart. It just kind of fell apart, and it was such an interesting concept, and I just felt like it just went. Like, it's like literally like a stock graph of just okay.
No, it's when Dogecoin fell.
Exactly. The concept, I'm gonna give the concept a 5 out of 10 because there's good potential in it, but the execution of the concept is just not great.
Usually, I'm the positive of the group here for our rating systems, and like, I also felt pretty negative about this episode. It's like the concept, as Chrisora was saying, so much good potential, and I really wanted them to kind of push the envelope a little bit of making an evil Tony Stark. That would have been kind of cool. If you would like.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been amazing.
So like, if they would have kept that like going and like and not being manipulated by, I don't know, the potential goodness in Tony Stark, like obviously kind of like you were saying, he never got reformed. He never got captured. He never really. He was still, you know, he only cared about himself.
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Exactly, and so. Yeah, he could easily like you know, turn to the dark side, if you want to call it that, and just teamed up with Killmonger and like really took over. And to me, that would have been very, very cool. And now you have two strong villains, a billionaire and someone who's like the soldier for him. Yeah, but they've ruined that for us. So the concept, huge potential. I would have gave that a 5 out of 10 as well. For the actual rating of the episode, I just wasn't feeling it, like Chrisora. Like I really try to find the positives in this, but I just couldn't find the positives as much as I would like to. I'm gonna be a slightly higher rating than Chris. I'll probably give this one a 3 out of 10. After talking, like actually, before we even started talking, my rating was a little bit higher. But as we started talking more about the episode, it just kept going lower and lower. Because I think originally I wanted a 5 out of 10, but yeah, I don't think it's worth that.
I think I was kind of like a 4. And then I started thinking about the plot holes more and more, and that just, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously that's just our opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you guys agree with us? Do you not? I don't know. We'll see. But obviously, if you guys did enjoy, definitely consider giving us a like and subscribe. But that's all we got. Till next time, just Talos out.
Chrisora out.
Peace. And of course, thank you to today's sponsor as well.
Wakanda juice is this. The perfect brew if you want to open up your cat-like senses. You'll drink it and you'll be thinking, what kind of juice is this? I can see the afterlife.
Oh, damn!
What kind of juice? What kind of juice? What kind of juice is this? Yeah. Wakanda juice.